The pound was the currency of New Zealand from 1840 until 1967, when it was replaced by the New Zealand dollar. Like the British pound, it was subdivided into 20 shillings each of 12 pence. As a result of the Great Depression of the early 1930s, the New Zealand agricultural export market to the UK was badly affected. The Australian banks, which controlled the New Zealand exchanges with London, decided to devalue the New Zealand pound in relation to sterling in the UK. By 1933, the New Zealand pound had fallen to a value of only 16 shillings sterling. In 1948, however, it was once again restored to its original sterling value. In 1967, New Zealand decimalised its currency, replacing the pound with the dollar at a rate of $2 equals £1. In November of that year, the pound sterling devalued, and New Zealand used this as an opportunity to realign its new dollar to parity with the Australian dollar. For a more general view of history in the wider region, see History of Pound Sterling in Oceania. Coins, initially British and Australian coins, circulated in New Zealand. The devaluation of the New Zealand pound relative to sterling in the 1930s led to the issue of distinct New Zealand coins in 1933, in denominations of 3D, 6D, 1S, 2S and 2.5S, minted in 50% silver until 1946 and in copper-nickel from 1947. In 1940, bronze 1/2D and 1D coins were introduced. All these denominations were the same size and weight as their equivalents in the Australian and UK coinage. When the UK introduced the nickel-brass 12-sided 3-penny bit, New Zealand continued to use the smaller silver coin until decimalisation in 1967. Notes: the sixpence, shilling, and florin, although rarely seen in circulation, remained legal tender as late as 2006, being used as the identical size and value of its decimal successors, the 5C, 10C, and 20C coins, respectively. They were demonetized on the 31st of October 2006, when the 5C coin and the original 10C and 20C coins were withdrawn from circulation. Commemorative crowns were minted in 1935, 1949, and 1953 for the Treaty of Waitangi, a royal visit, and the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II, respectively. Present status: coins and uncancelled notes issued by the 6 private trading banks operating in 1934 as well as the Reserve Bank of New Zealand are still redeemable at the RBNZ offices in Wellington. The RBNZ has an obligation to redeem private bank notes. Under the 1933 Reserve Bank Act, the privately held gold was confiscated and paid for in RBNZ banknotes. In all cases, the currency's value to collectors is now far higher than its face value, due to its rarity. A prime example is a first-issue Union Bank £1 from the 1840s returned to New Zealand in 1934 for redemption at face value by its owner in the United States. Today a similar note would be valued in excess of £10,000 sterling. £50 notes of the Reserve Bank are also extremely rare and fetch a high price from collectors. The note signed by Chief Cashier T.P. Hanna in uncirculated condition could fetch as high as $25,000 according to the Premier Value listing for New Zealand notes and coins.